It's the Texas Weather Outlook video for Tuesday, July 18th. Very beautiful day today. We'll have some clouds here and there. Still mostly sunny, and the big heat wave this weekend is this week and next week is the big talk for this video today, and also something to talk about in the tropics. Let's check things out this afternoon. Here's the water vapor satellite view, and the darker areas that you see right here, this darker area right here represents the drier air encompassing the northern half of the state, the northern and central half of the state. And the ridge, which is located just about right here, is actually holding the jet stream, which is located right here, still in the U.S.-Canadian border. That's keeping it near the U.S.-Canadian border right here, so we're not experiencing any effects of it. And that ridge is only going to begin to build with time, as we are approaching the peak of the dog days of summer. Let's take a look at the temperatures this afternoon. Arlington 92, DFW 93. And temperatures in this map range from about 89 in Abilene to 95 in Graham, already in the mid to upper 90s for today. And take a look across the nation. Looks pretty typical for a July midday, ranging from 70 to the upper 90s, except in the north, where they're in Oregon and Wyoming, where they're only in the 65 to 70 degrees. Bet that feels good. Take a look at the cross the watch warning map. Multitude of heat issues in the plains extending towards the southeast United States and the Midwest. Heat advisories in orange, excessive heat warnings in magenta, and excessive heat watches in the brown. We have a flash flood watch for much of Arizona. They're in their monsoon season. Other than that, things are quiet here in Texas. Issues with severe weather today will be from about the vicinity of Omaha to near the Great Lakes up in central and northern Wisconsin. And we might mention the chance of an isolated storm or two, but they're going to be widely spaced in nature, if any. Here's the HRRR model at 4 o'clock this late afternoon, and if we get anything, they'll be in the form of a sprinkle that will dissipate very quickly. And notice thing from yesterday, these showers are widely scattered in this model as opposed from yesterday. So that's going to be a big change until we see no rain. And now this is tomorrow. Almost no rain for North Texas. Well, for most of Texas, except for the eastern portion of our area, and that's going to be the chance of an isolated storm or two. That's just going to quickly dissipate, like today. But the risk for severe weather up in the north, and the same thing on Thursday. Risk for severe weather up in the north, nothing for North Texas. Look at the rainfall for the next 7 days. And this just shows nothing in Texas, where we experience the effects of the heat ridge at the upper level ridge for the next 7 days, where no rain is expected, and in the north central and southern parts of Texas. Take a look out in the tropics. Something to talk about. We have Tropical Storm Dawn. That just formed out in this island right here. Main talk is Tropical Storm Dawn, and let's look at some of the spaghetti plots. This ultimately, all of these models agree on this storm going just to the south of the heart of the Caribbean Sea, if it even makes it there. If it even makes it there. Only one model shows it going towards the Gulf of Mexico and just dying out. So no issues in the Gulf of Mexico or the U.S. for this Tropical Storm Dawn. And let's look at the official National Hurricane Center track. And this one has it at a depression by 8 a.m. Wednesday before it ultimately dissipates by Wednesday or Thursday. So this will not pose any threat to the Gulf of Mexico or the United States. So nothing to worry about here. Nothing to worry about here with this storm. So let's look at the modeling here. The GFS. This is the 12Z run, valid tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock. 500 millibars, about 18,000 feet off the ground. 597 heat dome starting to build in the central to southern plains, with a 594 ridge that's are also starting to build. And down below that, tomorrow things are mostly sunny and hot with highs in the upper 90s. And again, there's a chance that each day we could see one spot or two in the 100 degree category. And let's go back to the upper air chart on Thursday. 594 heat bubble or heat ridge is here in affecting much of the United States this time. And down below that, things are expected to be dry with highs up towards 100s in the 100 degree area in some spots in the centuries. We're approaching the dog days of summer. Friday is still the same thing, mostly sunny and hot, highs 100. And the weekend is going to be the same. Here's Saturday, here's Sunday. Monday, there's a chance of some clouds here and there, partly to mostly cloudy, but still ultimately hot with highs in the 100 degree category, still in the century category. And a week from today, Tuesday, July 25th, that 594 heat bubble is in central Texas. May include some of our area there, but if we're not in the heat bubble, we're in the 591 heat ridge. And down below that, we could mention a chance for an isolated storm or two in North Texas, but you know, if we have a ridge or a heat dome in place, that's probably not going to happen. And let's bring it out to the end of the forecast period on Friday, July 28th. 594 heat ridge or heat bubble is in the west. Wow, they can keep that. Heights for us are below average, and down below that there's a chance, and this shows that a surface front comes from the north, bringing a chance for some showers and storms. We're gonna have to see how this plays out. We can't give any specific details, but I'd like to see some rain trailing along a cold front that may bring temperatures down. I'd like to see that. Take a look at the numbers for the next 6 days, approaching the century mark by Thursday through all of next week. Basically all of next week. This model shows that we're going to fall slim of reaching 100 degrees by Thursday, Sunday, and Monday. But I think we should be able to reach the century mark by tomorrow or even Thursday. And there's always that chance where we could go 5 to 7 consecutive days in the century mark. And also, do want to note, since we're expecting 100 degrees and 100 degree areas for basically a week, be sure that you're practicing heat safety wherever you are. That's the end of this Texas Weather Outlook video. We'll have more notes on the blog. The next video here, be sure to expect it somewhere earlier in the morning because of the All-State Etude release tomorrow at noon. So wish me luck on that, but be sure to look at our notes on the blog, and be sure to tune in to these videos in the blog if you can't catch your local TV stations on the air at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock during the afternoon and evenings and the overnight hours. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day. Be sure you stay hydrated and keep cool, and Godspeed.